Jimmy. One thing we didn't get into today, Emmanuel Akko from Fox Sports did this video about Trent Williams tipping plays off. You could tell when it's a run, when it's a pass, but it doesn't matter because he's so damn good.
Well, yeah. Did you see there was a, what's the guy Eduardo Perez on ESPN?
Yeah.
So he was doing it with Randy Johnson, and he goes, Randy Johnson, one of the greatest pitchers of all time. He'd have a closed glove when he was throwing a fastball, and then he'd open it up when it was a slider. And he goes, he was so damn good, it didn't matter.
Didn't matter. Crazy.
And Randy Johnson was like, I'll tell you what's coming, and I'm still.
Well, when you're 6'10", by the time he delivers the ball, 60 feet 6 inches, he's about 41 feet away from home plate.
Exactly.
That bird was like, I totally knew what pitch was coming. Damn thing I could do about it.
That's an early 5. He's coming in hot.
I could do about it.
That is one of the greatest videos of all time.
It's so awesome and unsettling all at the same time. It's
was it
brutal.
JT Snow or Sean Dunston at the plate?
I think it was JT Snow.
I'm going to have to look this up.
Yeah.
Did he hit JT Snow? Who did he hit?
Well, he hit Kirby Puckett got hit in the eye. And
but that was by Dennis Martinez.
Okay, and then I know he went blind.
El Presidente.
El Presidente. That was the last at-bat of his career, unfortunately. Rest in peace to Kirby Puckett, one of the first books I ever read. Love Kirby. From Chi-Town.
Man, feathers. I mean, feathers everywhere. And reminds me of my old cat Cliff. Cliff, he got a bird, and he got him downstairs, and he gave him the quick, 1, 2, 3, 4, and all of a sudden it was, whoof. It was a plume.
A hoofunga?
Yeah, totally. It was a hoofunga. It was a plufunga. Yeah. Shout out Cliff. You haven't seen him in some time, but
Rest in peace, Cliff.
No, he's still with us, but he's with the missus. When you get divorced, and luckily, hopefully, neither one of you ever has to go through it. I know you're not married, Bonte, but for all intents and purposes,
don't say that out loud.
Well, and I know
you slow down
if you
and say
liked
it louder,
it, then you should have put a ring on it. But when you eventually get married, when
let's make that happen this year.
When the full court
this
press.
is not good radio.
No, it's actually great radio.
And not good radio.
I didn't even know that we were going to go here, but once you do get married, once the full court press.
Good luck.
The 10 count. Oh, no, he cannot escape forever. I don't know your lady, but I know enough of your lady to know that it's not up to you. It's just a matter of time. But
about Kyler Murray.
No, I'm sorry, but
Hold on.
when you do eventually, if you do get divorced, you kind of have a divorce draft where my kids were both adults. Keon was about 17, so it's like, okay, he's going to stay at home. But with the first pick, the ex-wife selected Cliff the cat. It's like, damn,
so it's like a peace treaty.
Wow.
Kinda.
What did she leave for you? What was your first pick? And is it a snake draft? Do you then get 2 selections?
Well,
she got the first pick.
65, big screen TV?
No, what I got was spousal support payments with the second pick. Smart.
Anyway,
I feel like I might have been the Minnesota GM at that time.
You are listening to 95.7 The Game, kgmz-fm and AC1, San Francisco, always live on the free Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app and favorite 95.7 The Game for the best and most up-to-date sports coverage. And don't forget that you can also watch us every day on our YouTube and Twitch streams. I can't get over the snake draft comment.
Sorry.
Just log on to search 95.7 The Game. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel while you are there. Willard and Dibs are in the building.
Bonte.
What's up?
Okay, not widely known, but the batter during the Randy Johnson.
Yeah, the bird.
Calvin Murray, who played 5 seasons.
Rocket?
Who's also
That's Calvin Murphy.
the uncle of Kyler Murray.
Really?
No, he's
right.
not.
I swear to God, that's what it says right here.
No, he's not.
It says it right here.
He is.
You
That's
may
right.
know his nephew
That's a
is
good call.
Kyler Murray
That's one
of
of
the
the-
Arizona
that's
Cardinals.
one of the
Bonte
better
off the hot seat. I like that. I like that. That was a
listen,
good diversion.
That was a good one. Hey, listen.
It's a good partner you got right there.
It's a great partner.
It's a good partner
Well,
you
he's
got
the
right
one who
there.
sold me down the river and set that whole thing up. So it's the least he can do. It's the least he can do.
Time out.
And number
I had
two,
no idea she was going off
did
script.
JT Snow get hit by Randy Johnson? I had no idea she was going off
I
script.
didn't know what-
and she always goes off
It was
script.
an off-schedule play, and I was not prepared. And I was lineman downfield, and it was just
Illegal
ugly.
man downfield?
Yeah.
Totally.
Let's
While
move
we're
on.
trying to divert away from Bonte's impending nuptials, I'll say this. I'm with you on the Jimmy over Kyler this year.
Of course.
I know I'm with you because, Kyler Murray is too much of a wild card.
Okay.
Now that he's injured, I don't think that you can trust him to win the games that you need to win late in the year. Say what you will about Jimmy Garoppolo. And the word limited, shout out the Limited, the old retail store. He's super limited, but one thing we know, he has won playoff games. Calamari, as we like to call him, Jolo and Dibs Calamari. Calamari hasn't won a damn thing other than, hey, September, October. You get to November and it's,
Or hey, Call of Duty session 15. Oh, we got that one. Most kills.
Yeah, he got that going. So in terms of this year, this team, and knowing what you know about Jimmy G, you know what Jimmy G is. He's limited, but he wins.
If I gave Kyler Murray all of the settings that Jimmy Garoppolo has, you don't believe a little more in Kyler Murray? That is part of the equation. That's how I do the math.
No.
I mean, the reason that I give Daniel Jones more love this year, Brian Daboll's helped him out. The reason that I look at Tua in a different light,
you guys said it earlier,
was Mike McDaniels. Coaching does matter. I know we want to put the players out there.
Size matters, too.
Especially in this sport where every single play is called by someone from the sidelines.
I mean, I would take Kyler Murray, and it's not even close.
This year? Look at you.
You're like the biggest Arizona
for the
hater.
rest of the season.
I'm shocked.
For the rest of the season.
Right.
No, I'm totally kidding, because I thought, Bonte, I'm driving in, I'm like, wow, what? And you know what? You didn't throw a Randy Johnson fastball. You threw a breaking ball.
Nah.
I'm like, I've never heard Bonte say some of the things he said about Jimmy Garoppolo.
Well, actually, it's not true. Your man's wanted Jimmy over Tom Brady. Your man's was the biggest Jimmy Garoppolo cheerleader at some point.
Okay, so going back.
Till they drafted Trey Lance.
But you know what? I've come to the light seeing him on Sunday Night Football, converting those throw downs. And I said, you know what? Number 10 is rolling. I want to roll with this guy. I'm watching Kirk Cousins at Orchard Park just throw things up. I'm watching Dak Prescott fumble around in Lambeau Field. You know, I'm looking at Daniel Jones, and I'm looking at Jalen. I'm looking at all these quarterbacks. I'm saying, you know what? Give me Jimmy. Not too many people. Like Dan Orlovsky, I'll say it again. He did not recover from stepping out the back of the end zone. That was it for him.
Nice media career, but
that's it.
Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo had to pick 8 in Mile High in Vesco Field, whatever the hell it's called now, or what is it, Sports Authority Field? I don't know.
Who knows?
That's your job. To remember the names of stadiums.
I'm a little disappointed
I think they should have a mandatory 20-year wait to change the name.
I agree.
Well, what about FTX? So they go bankrupt and now they have to strip it because Miami sold the name of the arena.
You could have given me 50 cities and 50 teams, and I wouldn't have known who FTX was.
No, the only reason I know is because I read it in the article. So they gave Miami, and it was actually a bad deal. It was something like $20 million a year for the next 10 years or whatever. It was way less than what Oracle
in Power Field at Mile High.
Well, so FTX now, because they're bankrupt, they're going to rescind this thing, and so I don't know. I don't know what happens in those
I don't even know
situations.
what FTX is, so it's
like
obviously
Bitcoin.
not.
It's essentially a
cryptocurrency.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because you got Crypto.com, right, down in L.A. I just think that you should have a mandatory 20-year wait to change it, or you lose your right to have a stadium name.
Well, I think it was
so annoying.
I'm with you. When AT&T first came up, it switched the name of the company from AT&T to SBC, remember? And so they had to switch the name on the front.
It was Pac-Bell first, right?
Excuse me, Pac-Bell, then SBC, then AT&T.
And now it's Oracle.
So Pac-Bell went to SBC.
Right.
SBC was a weird name.
And
I like Pac-Bell
what did Candlestick become?
3.com and Monster came out.
Monster.
3.com Park.
Yeah,
and Monster Park.
Then it became rubber. Then it became rubber.
And believe me, I'm all about your corporatization, and I tell you what, I'm a Chase customer myself, and I love Chase Bank. Hi, I'm Dan Dibley. Whenever I bank, when I'm not at Fremont Bank, I'm all about it. Dude, I full service banking, no compromise. I actually have both, which is nice. But if you're going to do it, if you're going to put your name on it, you got to put your name on it.
I'm with you there.
So anyway.
Okay, all right. So answer me this.
It's like a marriage.
Let's make it not about Jimmy for just a second. Let's just make it about Kyler Murray for a second.
All right.
Because part of this is fantasy. We fall in love with stats and skills. Now, there's nothing wrong with skills. Skills are great. People need skills. But certain skills don't translate. Like Dibs has been talking, especially because of the Wiseman stuff, about the curse of the number 2 overall pick in the history of the NBA.
Oh, we'll get into it.
All of these people had unbelievable skill sets. Hashim Thabit had an unbelievable skill set.
Michael
He's like the 4th best player.
Unbelievable skill set. But it's got to translate. So if I just forget Jimmy for a second, okay, let's talk about Kyler Murray. What is it that you like? And don't say he's fast.
No, his arm talent is ridiculous. He does throw a beautiful out ball, which is one of the hardest balls to throw in football, down the field. He's excellent at that. I categorically dismiss Arizona's style of play because of the shotgun. They are one of the softest teams. They don't run the ball. They don't get in I formation. They don't help the quarterback out. And I believe coaching in the NFL is one of the most important factors and style of play. Part of why I disbelieve in Arizona in general is because they they don't line up under center and hand the ball off enough. Their entire style of play is a basketball team soft. Well, and it's because they're in 12 yards back, shotgun the entire time.
It's fair. That's
and there's
interesting.
A counter that's the best way to play with Kyler.
Well, or maybe the only, because can he even, you put him under center, can he even see over the line?
Well, Lincoln ran some under center with him in Oklahoma, but very few and far between.
But that's college, and it is a different game. We obviously, wherever Lincoln is, they're going to be quarterback numbers.
Awesome. Yes.
Like, you mentioned Caleb Williams left Lincoln, but he left Lincoln to stay with Lincoln and go with him to USC. Like, you're going to put up humongous numbers if you're a quarterback in college under Lincoln Riley.
I love Caleb.
And Dibs, I know you love adjusted QBR because it takes into account a lot more as to regular quarterback rating.
Because regular quarterback rating is Jimmy G's best friend. If you're a dink and dunker, then your regular quarterback rating is going to be higher than a guy who takes chances.
So they have similar completion percentages?
If you buy in, completion percentage
like 66
this year,
to 68.
Jimmy 66.8, Kyler 66.7.
Yeah,
so yes,
they're like
Jimmy's way better.
Adjusted QBR. Let me just look at these names. What did Jacoby Brissett, Daniel Jones, Marcus Mariota, Justin Fields, Jared
Stats
Goff,
are for losers. You gotta measure hard.
Trevor Lawrence, Ryan Tannehill, Zach Wilson, Jimmy Garoppolo, Kirk Cousins, and Matthew Stafford all have in common.
Well, Matthew Stafford's got more turnovers than anyone not named Josh Allen this year.
They all have a better adjusted QBR than Kyler Murray this year.
Man.
Okay, now that
I'm not even a QBR fan.
So you don't even know what that means.
I know
Stats are for losers.
I'm not a fan. Yeah. I'm just like
Except
plus
for when
minus.
I'm winning the argument.
No, it's like
Exactly.
plus minus. I didn't even use any stats to win the argument today.
When I watch Kyler Murray play, I am still sitting here right now. What is this? Is this year?
This is year 4.
4. Yeah.
I'm still wondering exactly what it is that is going to actualize at a certain point in terms of something beyond the obvious. Great feet, very, very hard to catch. Is there arm talent? Sure, Jeff George had it also.
Yes. Well, a lot of guys have had
There's nothing that has actualized out of an 8-game win streak last year.
Yeah,
I know.
To start the year.
And then embarrassed themselves.
For sure.
The rest of the way. Embarrassed themselves.
And I also think this year's start, you can't talk about Arizona this year without talking about the DeAndre Hopkins suspension.
Okay, but he's back and they're still not winning.
For sure.
He's got
They're playing
plenty.
catch-up.
He's got plenty of
for his
weapons.
boy Hollywood Brown.
And what did I think of that move?
No, I liked Hollywood Brown. He was balling.
He's drops the ball.
I know, and they brought in Robbie Anderson, who's had success in the league. Well, he's got plenty of wide receivers.
Well, I like Rondale more, but yes, I agree with you.
I think what you said before is the most accurate thing is a lot of it is the head coach and the system. Because Tua, what did you guys say about Tua before? Tua was
mediocre.
He was a washout.
Yes.
I mean, he wasn't the guy, but now all of a sudden he is. So I'm with you in that if Kyler Murray, if Calamari was somewhere else, maybe he's a different quarterback. But he's not,
I agree.
This is what you deal with.
And you're betting also, like, Arizona, for my entirety of my life, has been good, stable, for a 2-year run with Ken Wisenhunt and Kurt Warner.
Don't sleep on Bruce Arians in Arizona.
Okay, they were solid.
Back-to-back playoff appearances.
They were solid, okay, but, like, Carson Palmer, nobody believed in the way we do.
You're not.
I think the Bidwell suck.
You're not wrong about the organization.
Yeah.
I don't think you're wrong about Cliff Kingsbury. Could Kyler Murray be a better player somewhere else if he were the Eagles quarterback rather than Jalen Hurts? Would they?
Interesting.
I don't know. There's no way for us to know. But Kyler Murray so far in this league has really proven something that's barely above nothing. And if you want to compare, like, what would he look like with Kyle Shanahan? Interesting. It's a thought. It's a conversation. But we fall in love with stats and skills. And so if I'm a fantasy player, Kyler Murray over Jimmy Garoppolo. If I'm a football team in the NFL, there is zero question this year and beyond, quite frankly, as to which one I would want. It's not even not even a question.
No,
you got to prove something.
Then why is Lamar? Let me ask you this. Then why is Lamar Jackson waiting on a contract and they gave $250 million to Kyler Murray?
Well, because people making weird decisions. Lamar Jackson's way better than Kyler Murray. Way better, more proven.
I agree with you, but there's a reason. Every GM in the league, I'm just telling you, every GM in the league told you Jimmy Garoppolo at $20 million a year, don't want him.
Well, what'd you just say about the Cardinals organization?
Yeah, but
they're stupid.
But people would line up to get cut.
This is a bad organization.
If both were on the open market,
throw the football.
If both were on the open market, you truly believe Jimmy Garoppolo has more takers than Kyler? Right now, they're both on the
No.
Okay,
no, I didn't say. I didn't. No, I agree with you.
Nobody's saying that.
Yeah.
But I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Yeah,
I also know
71-year-old guy with an injury
history. The question
history.
is, we got to go back to the question. The rest of this season,
and I'm
who you
still
want playing
taking Kyler Murray, and I'll stand on an island like Hank by myself.
And bad contracts get signed all the time. The Ravens are idiotic for this.
I would have signed him too.
The New York Yankees messed this thing up sideways, and it's why the Jackals are going after Aaron Judge. Like
Jackals.
You got it. Like
shout out Guru.
So you can. I mean, you can sign Kyler Murray over Jimmy, over Lamar, over whatever, but he is classically one of those quarterbacks that ends up in a spot where a team is like, we can be relevant with this guy.
Hey, Shasky.
We're not going to win a Super Bowl, though.
We're caught up in Garoppolo mania, baby. Join us, man. Get on the
caught up in
train.
Garoppolo mania.
I just hope for all your sakes
off of my timeline
that you get Colt McCoy Monday night. Because if Kyler comes out and plays well, woo, Tuesday. Woo!
What Tuesday? What's going to happen Tuesday? Niners going to win the game on Monday.
I
Big
hope.
game.
I hope.
Big game.
I'm off next Tuesday.
You guys in next week?
jealous.
You guys both in?
You know our turkeys off.
We're giving out our turkeys of the year on Wednesday, by the way.
Oh, are we doing that?
Oh, yeah. I've got a whole category. You're not in on it, but I'm in on it. This is something that, preparation.
Man, there's no I in team or in morning roast.
It's
No,
all,
there
it's
is
all
one
about
I.
I with this guy. That's why he likes Kyler
Speaking
Murray,
of
because he's
turkey,
an I player.
Jimmy's
about the team.
Jimmy and
About the team.
Kyler are going to
TEAM.
they are going to the international zone at SFO. They are heading out of the country. This is a neutral site, and one of them's an 8-point favorite.
Well, whatever.
It's up to 8 now, huh?
Yeah.
8.
Yeah, I don't
8.
do the betting, so I wouldn't know. I wanted to pull a Steiny today and do the, you can't do that.
Why can't I do that?
You're not allowed to do that.
Don't you do
Yes,
that.
Why can't I do
you
that?
coined the phrase the Jimmy O no throw.
Yeah, that's
you
fine.
were championing Trey Lance. No. Don't you come in here and have Jimmy Garoppolo's, you're not allowed to do that.
Hold on.
No, I
can I
coined
back
Jimmy.
you?
Is that
Can I back you?
I give you a 2.
I
Okay,
coined the Jimmy O no throw because I had
And that's
to
out of
brace
love, Steiny.
Niner fans. Hey, there's going to be a couple throws a game that we're all going to get queasy over. We're going to oh, you can't do that, Jimmy.
true.
But you live through it because you know why? He bounces back like a champ. He bounced back from the pick
Do
game.
you believe
he bounces
anything
back.
you're
Oh,
saying?
absolutely. Go look at the numbers in 2019 when he threw an interception. He bounced back and would just throw dimes.
Wait, what year?
Like 2019. And now in 20.
What year is it now?
Last year and this year. Last 2 weeks, beat the LA teams, throwing the ball in the second half. The most important drives in the third and fourth quarter. Think about the Rams game. Hold on. Think about this. 14-10 against the Rams. Rams are leading. SoFi's going crazy. Jimmy goes 7 for 7 on that drive, and they take the lead. And then when it's time to put them away, Jimmy throws a dime to Ross Dwelly. Did it. George Kittle. Boom. Touchdown. Game over. Last week, you're down against the Chargers. Everybody's like, oh, man, it's the Chargers. You're about to lose. What happens?
No, they ran it 41 times is what happened.
No.
That's a stat, though. I don't want to hit you with a stat.
He also threw it 28 times.
No. What happened on that drive to take the lead?
Jimmy.
No. You jumped the gun there, Dibley. You jumped the gun there. 1 minute, man. Listen.
Thank you, Dips, for having my back.
I mean,
Jimmy Garoppolo converted
the shot
3.
clock, the talk clock was down to 3. I mean,
No.
You're slow playing me into a corner over
because you
here.
knew I was making a point.
Let Vontae cook.
Third down conversions to take the lead. Why? Because Jimmy threw it twice to Jawan Jennings and once to Brendan Ayuk. His arm helped take the lead.
Wow.
His arm.
Do you get paid by the sentence? Is my question.
Juwan
Because
Jennings.
I'm over here.
Juwan Jennings
I'm
broke
over here
every
on
time.
ice.
You know what?
And not
Say
just
it
because I'm
again.
next to the
We got a
AC.
show meeting. We can walk about this bad boy real quick.
I'm not blocking the door.
Willard gets 48 seconds out of the NBA court to shoot. Go give me about 48 seconds. Go ahead, Mark Willard.
I thought you were doing great. I thought you were
Cooking
doing
over
great.
here. And you know, that's what happens when you start
You know what?
cooking.
Don't you do
It's
that.
just fake grandstanding is what it is.
No,
You're
when
trolling. You're
I'm not
trolling us. Just like you
No,
think I was
I'm not
trolling you on
trolling.
the Cavaliers.
No, this ain't trolling.
You were pom-pomming it up for Trey Lance, and now you're a Jimmy stan?
I'm still a Trey Lance stan. But for this team, I'm rocking with Jimmy. I rock with my own. I'm not turning my back on number 10. Niners are 5-4, getting ready to go play at Mexico, and they got a trophy in front of them. The Lombardi's right there. The NFC's wide open. I will roll with Jimmy over Kyler. That's the question.
Why can't opinions evolve?
Oh, they do. Okay.
It's guru information.
No,
Yeah.
no.
The
Don't panic. Guru says I react to new information, and I'm sitting here pivoting, not panicking.
I say that all the time. Like, look, the stock market is made off of decisions changing every single day. Like, I'm totally with that. So I have no problem with an opinion change. I actually think it's unfair to hold people to an opinion from multiple years ago. Like, evolution is the key to life.
That's my quarterback. That's how Joe Bob says. It's my quarterback.
Hey, this
my
is
quarterback.
This is fun. I just saw this come across. The projections by the secondary ticket market. 49er fans will make up 82% of the crowd.
So how do they figure that
in
out?
Mexico
based
City.
On zip code? Purchase of like your home address?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, do you need to declare when you're buying the tickets? Like, I'll be rooting for the 49ers in this game.
You have
I
to
don't
put
know.
out your address or your billing address.
So it's just a projection.
Interesting.
No.
I wanted to go.
That's not why I'm off next Tuesday.
I wanted to go.
I wonder what the percentage, though, of the secondary market is the total ticket sales, because Estadio Azteca, as you guys know, holds damn near 100,000, and it'll be close to full.
What?
Estadio Azteca.
I didn't know
At
that.
altitude. And the other thing you need to know about this game.
Julio Cesar Chavez used to fight there all the time.
The other thing you need to know about the stadium is one of the locker rooms is like a quarter mile away. They got to go up the path. I mean, I'm not sure if it's the home or the road.
Okay.
It's the home team, because the Raiders had to do it against the Texans.
Okay, I'm glad you knew that, because you'll watch, like, as they leave the field, it is a jaunt, at altitude just to get to the locker room.
I think they add more time to the halftime break because of that jump.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Was it Chapultepec in PGA where Mickelson won that in Mexico City when they were doing the adjustments of the yardage? You guys don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
A couple years ago.
WGC in Mexico.
Yes, it was a WGC in Mexico a couple years ago. Phil ended up winning it. Yeah. And the entire time was like, oh, he hit it 320. Adjusted for up here, though, it was 410 because of the altitude
no
and
doubt.
everything.
No doubt. I'm out on Phil, but I'm out on Phil.
Who isn't besides the Saudis?
Yeah, Greg Norman's not out on Phil.
Seekers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn, it actually felt bad for him during his 30 for 30.
Well, here's the crazy thing. If he would have just shut up, he could have a job on NBC and CBS yesterday. He'd be making
Greg Norman?
money. No, Phil Mickelson.
Still making
He
a
would have been
job.
on television forever.
Phil was on his way to what I would refer to pulling a Kobe, which he didn't even need as much as Kobe.
He needed a half Kobe.
Right.
What do you mean?
So Kobe,
redemption.
Kobe to me, not just redemption.
Gotcha.
Understanding. Barry Bonds tried this. It didn't mostly work out of our market, but you'll watch players when they get close to the end of their career, they start to understand a little bit better about why they need to and how they need to sort of change their relationship with fans and the media. Yes, absolutely.
He's evolved a lot in the last couple years.
Kobe Bryant, if you had flashed forward, halfway through his career and said, gosh, if this guy were to pass away 15 years from now, Shaq is going to be running material at Staples Center and spreading love about this guy, you'd be like, what? They can't even be in the same room together. Kobe Bryant did a great job of understanding social media, understanding the fans and how, what he had been through. And then there was the girl dad stuff. And he changed. He really, really changed his narrative. Phil, with the Mizzen and Main stuff.
Oh, my God.
He was good at, right? It's like a golfer with a sense of humor.
Yeah.
We love this.
And gambling.
And then Phil.
I know, then
he filled all over himself.
I know.
Yeah.
He took the money. So, and
but it's not just that.
Yeah, he burned it down to the ground, and at the same time, the lack of self-awareness of what was coming out, and then him saying what was on the record and what wasn't on the record, choosing to go. There's just a lot. And then the gambling thing.
Well, what he was trying to do in his own mind was what needs to happen. The PGA Tour needs to change.
I'm with you.
But the way he went about trying to get this change was the wrong way.
The bet partners were bad. If this was a group of other investors, not that government, I think we would look at this in a totally different way.
We're all hypocritical with the idea of taking the money, right? Like nobody gets offered a contract and asks where the money's come from. Nobody goes to the grocery store and thinks about what billionaires getting their money whenever you buy something. So it's not even that. Like Dib said, it's kind of the way. It's the tone he took. It was the defiance. It was the torch everybody who's helped build his platform. That to me is
was the
Phil,
desecration of the memory of Khashoggi.
What's that make it?
It's a desecration sensation, Mark, is what it makes
Phil has always been a fraud, though.
I've heard that from a lot of people.
Now this is
I've heard that from a lot of people.
Phil is a fraud. Yeah.
I'm loving watching you on the YouTube right now with your.
What's going on, B? Okay.
He's out.
Dan Dibley, no, I'm not out. Just Dan Dibley being hypocritical during the changeover.
Why?
He called me for a shot clock violation, and I just watched you two go back and forth.
That doesn't make me a hypocrite.
Oh, no,
I passed the rock.
Call them out on the shot clock violation.
Yeah, I cleared him
pass
out.
all the
Get
time.
out of the way. I'm ISOing here.
Coach, I live with this man.
I got no shot clock.
Okay. I live with this man.
I'm Princeton,
Okay.
1993.
Back to
I came
I got a foul to try to get him on the line to get the ball back.
Well, you want me to play like the Phoenix Suns, 7
Shot
seconds
clock.
or less?
You be you,
Marybelle?
Monte. You be you.
Paul Westhead, the guru of go? You want me to be that all the time?
40 minutes of hell.
It would be nice.
I can't hold the ball one time and pull it out, throw up the fist?
You can always throw up the fist. I like a more tempo-related sports talk radio in general, but this is my radio spouse now, for better or for worse. Sickness and health.
You call out somebody who's a guest?
Forget that.
Well, I mean, it's after 9. I guess you are the guest
Let me
now.
squeeze in one more sports topic because you two are
I was
Doors
trying to get
open,
to the show meeting at
Thanks, Keith the
9:15.
Sneak.
But my buddy
Doors
over here
open, man.
kept yapping. Damn. Now we're going to be here till 10:30.
$19 million. Jock Peterson.
Thank you for the ratings. Go ahead.
Jock Peterson,
What
$19
about-
million.
See,
It's a bargain.
but it
19.6, by the way.
for
0.6.
1 year when you have essentially, I know we don't do cap
don't know
space.
what they're doing.
We don't know cap space in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
But when your payroll right now sits somewhere in the neighborhood of $50 million,
Yeah.
why would I give a rip what they spend for
It's
1
Jock
year?
Peterson. You can't give him $20 million.
No, but
it's not precluding them from spending
affects
Yeah,
another
I
nothing.
know it's not, but
Do you
it
want-
just looks bad for a year for Jock Peterson, who's a platoon player. You give him $19.6 million.
Hey, but I mean, DH against 2/3 of the pitchers, I got zero problem with it, and it does nothing to stop anything. If you're a Giants fan and you want to be bummed about something yesterday,
Rizzo?
don't let it be Jock, let it be Anthony. Yeah, the Rizzo thing, I don't know.
Does he know something?
No, it's not that he knows something. I think he enjoyed being in New York.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about this, by the way, a lot. Chris Kirshner, who covers the Yankees, is going to join us here in 37 minutes.
Okay.
And the big question is going to be, does Anthony Rizzo signing there help Aaron Judge staying there? And so we're going to go out there and we're going to find that answer. But if I don't know if Aaron Judge is making a decision at all based on where Anthony Rizzo is. But if it helps at all, why wouldn't you do that deal? Why wouldn't the Giants do that? I know they want to be younger and more athletic in the infield, so I always had some questions about Anthony Rizzo.
I thought they wanted to have guys who could not just be platoon players, is the thing.
Rizzo's an everyday player still.
Right.
No,
But he didn't get Rizzo.
I think they
No,
do.
no, you're right.
They kept Jock. Let's not paint the whole team now that. They kept Jock.
Right.
Jock, I mean, the guy was...
51,578 per at bat. So
What's that?
he's going to make $50,000 per at bat based on what he made last year. I'm just giving context.
Yeah. No, I know,
It's
That's
not my
good
money,
context.
bro.
Right, exactly.
It's good context.
I don't like whatever.
Yeah.
Do you want Jock
I
on the
can't believe
team?
we're just saying
Sure.
whatever for $20 million for Jock
19.6.
Peterson, who plays only against...
That's what players
No,
cost
I don't
now.
care. Just let him walk.
Yeah, but Bonte,
They
it
can find
doesn't.
another Jock for like $10 million.
But it
But
doesn't
without the
affect-
shift now, he's going to get a
Okay.
lot more hits, Bonte.
Let's go with that.
If he can put the bat on the
Bonte,
ball.
let's go with what you just
How many
said.
strikeouts did he have last year?
Probably about a hundo.
He was like 240
Yeah,
batting
100,
average.
exactly.
He was a good player.
He was good for the
Look,
Giants.
if you could
Had a
get
bad
Not
run
after he
now.
got the soul
Bonte,
slapped out of him.
let
in
me
Cincinnati.
ask you this. You
He wasn't good.
you mentioned you could get the same thing for $10 million. As a fan, let's say they do. They went and got a Jock comp for half the
Right.
price. 1 year, and you have $150 million of
Yeah.
space. What does that do for you?
Look,
the fan?
I'm not going to
Who
go
cares?
crazy. I'm not going crazy
Yeah.
over Jock. Just let's see more. But I am a
that's-
little
it's-
surprised.
yeah.
He's extended the
I'll tell you
qualifying
what.
offer to Jock, and it was like, he made $6 million last year. $6 million. He's getting a $14 million pay
But he
raise.
fits the
for
ethos
that
of the
season.
culture
And he
that they need.
out-earned his contract hitting 23
Yeah,
home runs.
so why don't you just look at it as a 2-year,
23 home
$25 million
runs.
deal?
Yeah,
Oh, my
all of a sudden
God.
it's not so bad.
2 years,
$20 million for
25.
23 home runs.
Rizzo
$1
stinks.
million a home run.
Rizzo
Rizzo
$25
stinks
million.
has me
$1 million
worried about
a
Judge.
home run.
That's all.
He was better
That's
than
all.
Castellanos for 3/4 of the year,
There-
and Castellanos got $100 million.
They have plenty of time to save this, but this has not been a great start. I'll just say it that way.
Interesting.
How about the Warriors?
I'll be listening.
Suns tonight. Warriors Suns. Warriors Suns. Gonna be fun.
How are the Warriors only plus 1.5? Man, they haven't won a road game yet.
I'm taking the Warriors tonight.
Okay.
Are you?
Yeah, I
Good,
would.
good.
Absolutely.
I hope so.
NL?
Take the money line, baby. Take the points. Take everything.
I don't even know that.
Dibs and Willard.
Take everything.
Take everything. Dibs and Willard. Next. Willard and Dibs. Jimmy.